If this is an eye,
then what the hell is that?
Oh wow, the lighting is immaculate.
thank you.
You drew this on Ibis paint?
Yes.
Okay, so I really like the way you color this, except for those shoes. What are those? Except for those shoes. What are those? Except for those shoes. Except for those shoes. What are those? Color this except for those.
So an Asian girl roasted my art in the barbecue. Yeah. She just a few more subscribers than me, but it doesn't mean that she is the queen. Now it's my turn. I'm gonna expose this artist and save you guys from a disaster. And the good part is that she can't report me. Because I have this freaking disclaimer.
Hee hee. Step 1. Draw the eye shape. So this ramen bowl method starts with a parallelogram.
A parallelogram?
Yes, you heard that right, folks. Rather than an almond shape, it's actually better to start with a parallelogram. Our eyes aren't completely symmetrical. Instead, it's shaped more like this. So it's not exactly equal, like how most beginners make it. Alright, now that we have this parallelogram, let's insert the ramen bowl. Lastly, I use the mesh transformation to fix any deformities, and for people drawing on paper, you can just go sit in a corner and cry.
Okay, the thing is, this technique is very specific to her own style, but if you have a quite different style, it's not gonna work for you that well. Don't worry, I have seen tons of eye tutorial and found some techniques which can adapt to your style, depending upon how you stylized.
These last few weeks have been exhausting. Walking to the moon. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. Girl who brings out the better in you.
The first thing I will like to change here is instead of beginning with a parasol orifice, simplify the upper eyelid with 3 lines and the lower lid with 2 lines. This will help you to adjust the height of your eye, which is not possible with this damn parasol orifice. Don't go much on details right now, because this sketch will not going to visible in the final piece. Now you can actually see that this shape can be easily modified according to different eye shape and styles. Here's a quick tip, some part of iris is always hidden behind the upper eyelid. But as you can see in this sketch, hiding it too much can make your character look sleepy. Eyebrows aren't that straight though. Imagine a person with straight eyebrows. Try showing some variation in the angle instead. There are multiple ways to color an eye, and I personally prefer directly blocking the colors. Just fill the areas with plain colors first before jumping to any deep value. Just try experimenting with different colors and hues to figure out what fits best for you. Add a shadow to the eye considering the halftones in the light and reflected light in the dark, and split the artwork into 2 shades. Here's an important tip, never ever use pure white for the eyeball. That will make your drawing super unrealistic, however using some cool shades instead will make it more natural. Just adjusting some hues and colors. Just try experimenting with different colors and hues to figure out what fits best for you. I'm using warm shades for the shadow parts and some cyans for the highlights. You can also do opposite of it, all up to your personal choice. And now I'm heading towards finer details. I'm not focusing more on the eyebrow because this video is an eye tutorial, not the eyebrows, sister, or its family painting. Using warm pinkish tones for the tear duct and the bottom part of the eye. Blend the colors together while leaving some hard edges of your brush to give it a cool artistic touch. I'm just trying to catch that shape of eye and making corrections in my drawing. It is very important to keep checking your values by frequently switching to grayscale. For the iris I'm using a bluish-green tone. To be honest, this is the most colorful and satisfying part of an eye. Using some yellows and orange around the pupil and giving the iris its radial patterns, somehow like the spokes of a bicycle. Time to add even finer details like hairs and eyelashes. Eyes do reflect the environment, so I will try to capture that as good as I can. Saturating some areas to reduce the muddiness of the drawing. And now my most favorite part, the highlights. I'm using a lighter shade of blue instead of pure white, though it looks like white with the warmer shades of the eye. Now I'm trying to capture the environment in a small window, like reflection in the iris with the shadows of the eyelashes. Think I'm pretty happy with the result. This was just a basic tutorial of how to render a realistic eye, but you can even stylize it further to fit your style and show your creativity. Hey Kooleen. Now we have a better tutorial than you. Still want to say something?
What are those?